Have you ever felt completely alone, as if no one could possibly understand the depth of your struggle? When the world seems silent and the weight of your difficulties presses down on you. In these moments, it can feel like there's no one to turn to and no help in sight. But what if I told you that even in these moments of silence, you are never truly alone? Even when there seems to be no one to help, Allah is with you, guiding you in ways you may not yet see. When life is at its hardest, Allah's help often comes in the most silent, yet profound ways. It's in the strength He gives you to carry on, in the unexpected comfort that touches your heart, and in the unseen ways He eases your burden. Even when we feel alone, and no one seems to notice our struggles, Allah is always near. He silently opens doors, sends relief, and guides us toward ease, even when we cannot see it. Today, let's reflect on how Allah helps us silently. When we feel lost, when we feel alone, and when we are in the middle of difficulties. Inner peace amid hardships. It refers to a profound sense of calm or tranquility that a believer may experience, even when facing difficult circumstances. This inner peace is a gift from Allah, reminding us that He is always with us, guiding and helping us through our challenges. In times of hardship, life can feel overwhelming, stressful, or painful. However, a believer who maintains a strong connection with Allah through prayer or dua, remembrance or dhikr, and trust in His wisdom, can often find an unexpected sense of peace despite the external chaos. This peace is not about the absence of hardship, but rather the ability to endure it with a calm heart, knowing that Allah's wisdom and mercy are always present. Let's reflect together. Have you ever been in a situation where everything seemed out of control? Maybe financial troubles, family pressures, or health issues. Imagine this person, overwhelmed by bills, not knowing what the future holds. But instead of giving in to panic, they turn to Allah in sincere prayer. As days pass, though their financial struggles may not immediately change, something in their heart does. They feel lighter, their worries don't consume them anymore. This is inner peace amid hardships, Allah's way of helping us through, reminding us that every difficulty is temporary, and He will guide us out of it if we trust Him. Unseen solutions and help. Sometimes we struggle to find a solution to our problems. We plan, we search, but nothing seems to work. Yet, Allah promises us, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him from where he does not expect. Surah At-Talaq 65-3. In the midst of hardship, relief or assistance appears unexpectedly, often from places or sources we never imagined. This concept is rooted in the belief that when we fear and trust in Allah, He not only helps us, but does so in ways that may seem surprising or miraculous. This verse highlights the idea that Allah's help can come in ways we couldn't foresee. Sometimes when we're facing a problem, we feel stuck because we can't see a solution. But Allah, in His infinite wisdom and mercy, opens doors we didn't know existed. These unseen solutions serve as a reminder that He is always in control, and His mercy reaches us even when we think there's no way out. Imagine searching for a job for months with no success. But one day, out of the blue, an old friend calls with an opportunity you never expected. This is Allah's unseen help arriving in a way you hadn't anticipated. It's a reminder that even when we feel stuck, Allah's wisdom works in ways we cannot foresee. Strength to persevere. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, "No fatigue, nor disease, nor sorrow, nor sadness befalls a Muslim, even if it were the prick of a thorn, but that Allah expiates some of his sins for that." Bukhari and Muslim. Perseverance. It's not just about surviving the trial, but finding the strength to continue. Even when you're overwhelmed, Allah grants you the inner resilience to keep going. This strength, which helps a person continue despite feeling overwhelmed, is a subtle yet profound form of help from Allah. It's a reminder that Allah doesn't just remove trials from our lives, but He gives us the ability to face and endure them. This means that, during difficult times, Allah is not only testing our patience, but also forgiving us and strengthening us to endure the trial. The strength to persevere through difficulties without giving up is a divine gift that helps believers stay firm in their faith and not lose hope. This strength to endure is Allah's way of helping us persevere. It's subtle, but every day we push forward is a gift of resilience from Him. Increased faith and reliance on Allah. It refers to the deepening of one's faith and trust in Allah, especially during times of difficulty. Allah often allows us to go through trials to strengthen our connection with Him, guiding us to turn to Him in moments of hardship. This reliance is not just about seeking help, but about trusting Allah's wisdom, timing, and mercy, even when the situation is challenging. Sometimes hardship is a means to draw us closer to Allah. Do people think they will be left alone because they say, "We believe and will not be tested"? Surah Al-Ankabut 29-2. Tests are a natural part of life and are meant to purify our hearts, deepen our faith, and increase our reliance on Allah. During these times, a believer may find themselves turning to Allah more frequently in prayer, remembrance, dhikr, and seeking His guidance, realizing that only through Allah can they find relief and direction. This increase in faith and reliance is a form of divine help, as Allah brings the believer closer to Him. It's in these moments of struggle that we find ourselves turning to Allah more often, deepening our trust in His plan. As you turn to Him more in prayer, your faith grows. You realize it's Allah guiding you through this challenge, bringing you closer to Him. Doors closing for a better future. There are moments in life when something we really want slips away, and it feels like a loss. But Allah reminds us in the Quran, perhaps you hate a thing and it is good for you, and perhaps you love a thing and it is bad for you. And Allah knows while you know not. Surah Al-Baqarah 216. There are situations in life where something we desire doesn't happen, or a plan falls apart, and it feels like a setback or loss. However, in many cases, what we perceive as a closed door is actually Allah protecting us from something harmful or redirecting us towards something better, even though we may not understand it at the time. This verse highlights that our understanding of what is good or bad for us is limited, while Allah's wisdom is infinite. What seems like a failure or missed opportunity could be Allah saving us from harm or guiding us towards something far greater than we could have planned for ourselves. Imagine someone who is deeply invested in applying for a specific job. They've prepared for weeks, have all the qualifications, and believe it's the perfect opportunity. However, after the interview, they don't get the job, and they feel disappointed and frustrated. They wonder why, despite all their efforts and qualifications, things didn't work out. At first, this closed door seems like a loss. But over time, they hear that the company they were so eager to work for is going through severe financial difficulties, and many employees are losing their jobs. If they had gotten the position, they might have faced instability and job loss soon after joining. Instead, a few weeks later, they are offered a different job in another company that is not only more secure, but also offers better growth opportunities and aligns more closely with their long-term goals. This is a clear example of Allah closing a door for a better future. While the initial rejection felt like a disappointment, it was actually a form of protection from a harmful situation and a redirection toward a better opportunity. The person's patience and trust in Allah's plan allowed them to see the wisdom in that closed door. Patience is tested but rewarded. Indeed, the patient will be given their reward without account. Surah Az-Zumar 39-10. Patience is one of the greatest acts of faith. When you remain patient through hardship, Allah promises unimaginable rewards. While a person may face prolonged difficulties, maintaining patience and faith in Allah's plan leads to immense, often unimaginable rewards. Allah tests believers through challenges, but He promises great rewards for those who persevere with patience, even if the solution doesn't come immediately. This verse highlights the unlimited nature of the reward for those who exercise patience, sabr. It means that Allah recognizes the efforts of those who remain steadfast through hardships, and their reward will be beyond measure. Consider someone facing a long-term illness. They have been seeking medical treatment for years, yet the illness persists. Despite their pain and frustration, they continue to remain patient and turn to Allah for strength. They make dua prayer consistently, maintain their faith, and believe that Allah has a plan for them, even if they can't see the immediate relief they desire. Throughout this period, their patience is continuously tested. Some days are harder than others, and they may even question why this trial has come upon them. However, with each passing day, they grow spiritually stronger. They learn to depend on Allah more deeply, develop greater compassion for others in similar situations, and their character becomes more refined. Years later, either through a medical breakthrough or simply a change in their condition, they begin to feel better and regain their health. Looking back, they realize that their time of difficulty wasn't wasted. The patience they cultivated not only brought them closer to Allah, but also prepared them for greater blessings in life. Additionally, their patience during the trial will be rewarded in the hereafter, where Allah promises endless rewards for those who endure hardships with faith. Eased burdens and unexpected relief. There's a moment when, in the midst of a hardship, relief suddenly arrives, lifting the weight of difficulties. This is a clear indication that Allah has heard your prayers and, in His wisdom and mercy, has provided a solution or comfort when it was most needed. For indeed, with hardship comes ease. Surah Ash-Shar 94-6. In the midst of hardship, there comes a moment when Allah lifts the burden. Sometimes help arrives suddenly, and we feel the weight we've been carrying is lifted. This verse reminds us that no matter how challenging the situation may seem, ease and relief will inevitably follow hardship. It's a promise from Allah that our trials are temporary, and with patience and faith, the help of Allah will come, often in unexpected ways. This relief is a sign of Allah's mercy, showing that He is always aware of our struggles and ready to grant ease when the time is right. Imagine someone who is struggling with heavy debt. They are working hard but are unable to pay off their bills, and the stress of financial pressure weighs on them. They make dua regularly, asking Allah for relief, but the situation seems to persist. They begin to feel hopeless, yet they continue to put their trust in Allah, believing in the promise that ease will come with hardship. One day, out of the blue, they receive an unexpected financial opportunity. It could be a bonus at work, a job offer with better pay, or even a family member or friend who offers to help with the debt. The sudden turn of events seems like a miracle and unexpected relief that lifts the burden they have been carrying for so long. This is an example of eased burdens. The individual had been struggling, but by maintaining patience and faith, Allah provided them with a solution they hadn't anticipated. The relief comes not only as financial help, but also as a deeper sense of comfort, knowing that Allah has heard their prayers and responded with mercy. Life's trials are never easy, but with every hardship, there is ease. With every challenge, there is growth. And with every test, there is a reminder that Allah is always near, guiding us through. Have you seen the signs of Allah's help in your life? Reflect on them and let them strengthen your faith.